Good evening, everyone, and welcome to GrayManPrepping. It is time for Survival Saturday, and tonight's topic, are you ready for it? No limit if it's belt fed. All right, so how's everybody doing? Okay, so for certain states, this has absolutely nothing to do with, like Idaho and Montana and any place else that is uh, totally Second Amendment guaranteed. It's for states like California, Oregon, Washington, Colorado. What is it? Maine now is trying to eliminate all, be able to have them at all. They're going to get shot down. But yeah. All right, let me go to the comments here and make sure I got everybody in here. There's a boatload of comments going by. All right, first one in. All right. Okay, we got a contention here, but I'll mention when we get to it. So first one showing up on the feed right now is Walt, then Happy Mac, then CB at Hugo Homestead. Then Phelan said, dang, my first from 2 hours ago disappeared. Yeah, they're dropping it off. And that's what Walt said here with his 15 membership mark here. And let's see, scroll on down here a bit. Chef Tex here. Hey, Mark. And oh, okay, Mark. A belt-fed goat. All right, Tammy at Rebel Canners is here. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight. Kathy D. Salt and Light. Utah Mike. Jay is in the house. Grammy Karen's here. Lewis, it's the Marshmallow Man. And boom. All right, I'm caught up. All right. So that I'm just know what's going to do. It's already going on. Walt texted me some of his. He put in a couple comments, and no, it didn't show up in my YouTube stream, and it didn't show up here on StreamYard. He used the word like I put in there. It's not liking the and I had quotes around two words, but he did it without the S on it, so it caught those. It didn't catch it with the S on it. But yeah, so if you're going to be typing specific types of stuff in there, substitute special characters for letters such as the exclamation point for an I, the dollar sign for an S, the at sign for an A, the number 3 for the letter E. You know how to do it. Hey, Moon over Miami. But yeah, I found some very interesting stuff on this. And I also found out that here in Idaho, they got there is no requirement in Idaho to have a concealed carry permit. None. It's constitutional, open, and concealed carry. However, they do issue two types of permits. There's a standard concealed, and then there's the other one, which is the hire out thing, which is good on a whole bunch extra states than the normal one, because they go through extra background on it or whatever else. Like my Homeland Security is going to flag it and say, don't even worry about checking this guy out. Kaylin Strain's in the house, and I'm thinking about going down and getting that one, so when I drive to California, I can still carry. Because it is good. The higher one is good in California, but the lower one isn't. So, but anyways, as far as tonight's topic here, California has one of those. Oh, you can only have 5 Uzis in a mag, because you don't need more than that. Well, the Second Amendment has absolutely nothing, repeat, absolutely nothing to do with hunting. It has to do with stopping a tyrannical government. That's why it was put in. Kaylin, I'm not sure. Since I've had no plans of going back there, I didn't look into it. I just looked to make sure that the upgrade one here would work in California.
I'm just going to keep my mouth shut most of this feed.
Yeah. Sexy Cooking is in the house. If it's more than 12, if it has a longer than a 12-inch barrel on it, it is not considered a concealable firearm in California. Or is it 10-inch?
Unless you're 15 feet tall with a 60-inch inseam, then you can conceal it, I guess.
But the thing is, it lists a certain barrel length as being a concealable. But there is a section here where we'll get into pistols, but the other stuff has to do with the hunting, the quote hunting rifles and the misnamed something or other in battery rifles. So
didn't California make some law where you're only allowed to buy a certain amount of things to go hunting with, and you had to have ID and all this other stuff?
Yeah. To get the Freedom Seeds, you got to have the ID now as well, and you can only get so many, which is why my son ships everything here to Idaho, and then when I go there or my wife comes here, we load up the trunk of the car and or my truck, and we take it back there for him. Of course, the interesting thing is this year he is he's the maintenance person for the scout camp, the Wolfboro Scout Camp. And I'm not sure what all that entails, but he was working hand in hand with the head person of the camp. And some of the stuff that he's doing is making sure that the stuff gets from the lockup safe out to the gun range. Or I should say gun ranges for the 22s and the 20 gauge shotgun. All right, so I gotta go back at the top. There was a comment made. I was going to talk about it, and I went right on by it. And I think, let's see who. God, I'm trying to see where I can read here. Someone. Jay put it in. Jay, you're gonna love this one, or you're gonna hate it. There is a specific 12 gauge that has a drum magazine for it, and it takes the 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, and 50 round drum.
For 12 gauge?
Yes. So you have a 50 round.
An engine crane to carry that thing around.
You have a 50 round that takes the 3-inch magnums.
Jeez.
With the triple-aught buck in them. We're getting the extra weight on there. And there was a review on it. I was watching it, and the guy said it handles perfectly. There was no jams, no nothing on it.
Was that company out of Connecticut?
I'm not sure where they were out of it. I got a link somewhere on it. Credit. And actually, I'm using it. Hey, Seabass, in the book, in one of the novels I'm writing, they have a couple of them. Is it K? It's not K-Tel, is it? Anyways,
Keltec.
Keltec. Yeah, okay, Keltec. Keltec is one of the ones that takes that same drum magazine.
They're getting,
but they're only using a 30 rounder. They're only using the 30 rounder in it. Okay, let me check something here. Oh, I can't edit your mic settings to turn your volume up. All right. Yeah. So let's look at some of the stuff here. Okay. So that is a 22. Yeah, there it is. That is 22 longs belt fed. Oh, that looks like so much fun.
That definitely looks like fun.
Ah,
It's 308.
I'm not sure, but I can tell you this: it's not semi-auto. It's not full auto. Look behind the trigger if you guys can see, and tell me what you see behind the trigger.
Wow, belt fed lever.
Belt fed lever action.
I hate to say, I have to use this word. That's retarded.
No. That's something that the Duke here would use. He wish he had it when he was at the Alamo.
Oh yeah.
All right. Actually, you tell Mike, I have a one that has a 100-round magazine on it, and I bought it back about 7 years before I got married. So I've had it about 42 years. I've never had a single jam on that magazine. I got 4 magazines for that weapon. Never had a jam on it. That's for the Calico M100.
Friend of mine has a 50-round drum for 9mm Glock,
yeah.
which is just frightening. I don't think the barrel could handle that much heat.
Well, you're not supposed to fire it all the time.
Well, you can't exactly put it in your pocket.
Yeah. Well, here you go. This is the bolt action. I know the guys that had the M1 Grand would have loved to have this type of a setup for it, because they have to fire off. You get when they reload, they get that little ping as the clip went firing, and or when it was empty, the little thing would fire out, and there all the germs. Oh, they're empty, and they pop up. This would be great for that.
I must have had to modify something to make it pull the belt up for the next one.
Yeah. There's a lot of these have special things going in there. So here's your
belt fed 12 gauge.
Yeah.
And it's a pump.
Yeah. There's a belt going into a drum carrier.
Yeah, they'll call that a magazine, so you can't have that.
It's already been.
It's concealed.
Because it's got an open space here on it. It's not direct feed.
Yeah, that looks like fun.
Oh yeah, that one definitely looks like fun.
That looks like a full auto shotgun. Alrighty.
There are several of these out there I found, and the thing is, you can't use the really high-powered ammunition. But yeah. This is actually a police photo from New Jersey.
Wow, somebody made that?
Yeah, well, it's out there, but they now say that any type of belt-fed things in New Jersey are illegal.
Of course. Everything in New Jersey is illegal.
Now, what I found out about this one is, this is like the steel part you see here. The freedom seed goes inside of it. So this acts as part of the cylinder, just to keep the freedom seed from exploding in the just because it's doesn't have something around it.
I bet there was at least one of those made.
Oh, there were several of those made. This is interesting. It's belt fed, it's a bullpup, and it's lever action. There's the lever in front of the
yeah, custom. Gunsmith, that one.
Let's see, I remember watching Tom Knapp with his extended barrel and extended tube putting on performances, and I think it was a 12 shot on it, because he set a new record with the clay shooting. He's controlling, catching all the clays with a semi-auto that he tossed up with one hand. He said it's like, it's almost like the clays weighed more than a shotgun when he's tossing them up there. Christy Betts, good evening. We'll go there with my Daisy.
They make a belt. They must make a belt-fed BB gun.
Oh, they got better than that.
Like the ones at the old carnival ones that are just a
okay, that's that
crappy shaped BBs that were full auto. You just pull the trigger and the air just blows.
All right, let me drop this down. There was something I got. Oh, geez, before I got married, about a year or two before I got married, and it was plastic, and it has a thing on it where you take one of those Freon cans that recharge your AC unit for whichever type of AC unit on it. You put it on there and lock it in place, and you put 500 BBs. You just pour it into the port in the back. You load it up with 500 BBs.
They don't make that anymore, I'm sure.
It's plastic. It's all plastic. See, I don't know. Let's see. Just for laughs and giggles, are full.
They got some high-end CO2 pellet guns now, where you actually have a tank, you fill it up. It's just air.
Yeah.
To fill up the cylinder in the gun, and they sit on a tripod. These guys are taking out like coyotes and stuff with it.
Well, when I looked up there, Crossman makes a full auto BB gun. A little bit different. None of these looked like that cheesy thing I had. I think these are all battery powered full auto BB guns.
Yours was made by Red Ryder with a compass in the scope, compass in the stock.
No, it wasn't Red Ryder. It was something I ordered out of the back of a comic book.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. And when I ordered one, then everybody else in the shop at the construction company ordered one too. And on Saturdays at our lunchtime, we hooked up. We had a 175-pound air compressor, huge 300-gallon air tank on it, because we had half-inch lines to run some of the 1-inch impact guns and stuff. And we made adapters, and so we're all plugged in with the 1/4-inch air hoses and stuff, and we're going out back and we're just shredding the trees with the birds in it.
Poor birds.
Oh, these birds crapped all over our cars. Bring on. Let's see if that brings it up here. Film shooters.
I don't have my computer. I only have my iPad right now because it's raining out. So
yeah, I'm looking here. I just found someone talking about. Remember the Freon powered full auto BB guns from the 80s? They were in all the gun magazines and Soldier of Fortune and comic books. Let me go back one thing there and see if it shows images of it. Yes, there it is. There it is.
You find one now, probably $1,000. There you go.
There it is, and there it is with the adapter on it for the air hose.
Can you still get that?
Not sure. That's what he was asking if you can still get it. There's the ad for it. Lark International. And there it is with the
let it rip.
yeah. Lark International Department AH-1-2 in Miami, Florida. But yeah, that's the one on the bottom's the one we had. Yeah, those were fun. But yeah, you unscrew the back, and you just pour in a thing of 500 BBs into it. Hey, Prepper 101 and Christy Betts. But yeah, so these are the air-powered ones that I'm showing now. But yeah, so if the thing is, though, that so many states confusing the fact because they're being confused by the far left wingnuts, or I should say the communists that are saying that, well, the Second Amendment refers to hunting. Why do you need to have that for hunting? No, the Second Amendment does not refer to hunting at all. You did not find the word hunting in there at all.
So if you want to take our guns away, that means you suck at governing.
Yeah, exactly. And we're about ready to have a rebellion and throw your butts out. And that's what it was put in there for. Interesting fact. The Spanish Empire, why did it collapse? Because they prohibited their citizens from having firearms in the New World. So they had to station troops in the New World at every settlement to protect the settlement. They couldn't sustain that. It was too much of a draw on population and on financial resources to have an army that big throughout the world doing it, and it collapsed.
Well, that's what happened to China.
What did the British do? They say, here, have all the guns you want, protect yourselves until we can get there. And then they made the stupid mistake, oh, we're going to tax the snot out of you. Well, a lot of politicians are confused. They don't know their arse from a hole in the wall. And yeah, they're being bought off by the communist wingnuts. And yeah. And that's another reason why I am full supporter of term limits. So, and I also a full supporter of senators ought to be 4-year terms, just like the president, not 6-year terms. And representatives need to be 4-year terms, so they're not spending half their time running for re-election.
That's what they do. The first year they do something that looks like a job, and in the next 5 years they're just campaigning.
Well, for a representative, they're in for 2-year terms. So the first year they're doing something. The second year they're out campaigning.
Yep.
So it's like half their time they're wasting it. And with senators, the first year senators do something. The next 4 years they're out there seeing how much money they can pocket, and the last year they're running for re-election.
Well, they voted out term limits. I mean, and then now they vote themselves raises too, so we got that going for them.
Yeah, and that's something if I had a time machine, I'd go back and I'd be there talking to them, say, hey, these are the problems going to come up. You need to limit 4 years for everybody for each term. No more than 10 years. That way they have to fill in someone that dies and off, whatever. But 10 years max. And you also need to make lobbyists illegal.
Yeah.
And anybody found making more money than what they are earning, also make it absolutely under no circumstances can anybody in Congress be paid. Period.
Just take away their pensions and lifetime benefits. They'll stop running unless they really want to do a job.
Yeah.
That's all.
And see if they took away stopped in the beginning, say, under no way can Congress pass a law to pay themselves. Also, if they want, if the winery say, oh, we got to have a place to stay while we're in DC, fine, we'll put up a dormitory for you.
Mm-hmm.
That way, you're all in one building, you're all protected. Oh, Jay, good one. But yeah, there's yeah. And what's in it? What I'm finding, I watch a lot of the YouTube channel, gun channels here a lot just to get information and stuff on different things, on new stuff coming out and everything else. The more I watch stuff, the more I go back to my original beliefs of give me a bolt action with a good quiet maker on it.
Oh, you can't have that anymore. Well, you can.
And actually, like in Texas is gave up the middle finger to the ATF, saying, hey, if it's manufactured in the state of Texas and for use in the state of Texas, you got no control over it because we're authorizing them. They don't need a federal tax stamp for it.
Yeah, and then when
and
you
of
die,
course, there was something going on saying, I didn't get I got busy. I didn't click on it to watch it. About 3 or 4 days ago, saying that the courts have ruled that the ATF no longer has authority over the noise reducers because they are not part of a gun. They are an accessory.
Huh. When did that happen?
A couple days ago. I didn't read into that's what the thumbnail said, and the thing was about that. So I got to go back and try to find that whichever channel. It's one of those legal channels that was putting that one out. So I got to go back and dig into that one. But hey, Don, how's it going? WD Glock and Roll is in the house. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Once they hit, I want to do a max of 12 years. I do a max of 10 years. That way they can pick up a partial one. If someone dies in office and the person comes in to finish that term, they used to say they can finish that term and do 2 more terms, and that's it. And they can't run for any other legislature body or for the presidency. And I think they shouldn't be able to run for state office then when they go back to the state. They can only do a max number of years as an elected official, combined state and federal. Cut them off. Yeah, some of the ones I follow and stuff, they give the links and the document links. They say, hey, go read it yourselves. Those I trust. They tell you, here it is, go read it yourself. And unlike some of the ones, well, I heard this, no. Well, I'm telling you, if you can find it, go read it. Don't take my word for it, but you need to do your own research and find these things and find the documents. If you can find the documents, or even where the news has reported on it, and news is saying, all right, this was just one that just came out. That's a little bit more substantial. Just some Joe Blow on YouTube saying, hey, they say you can do this now. I want to see where, that's what I said. I've got to go back and find that channel, that one again, and read that about it. The thing is, it was the one that I usually read the stuff from and go look at it at the doc because they post the links for the documents. There were a couple others that were saying the same thing. So, but yeah, it's it's just utterly stupid the way they're trying to say, oh, the Second Amendment is only for hunters. It has absolutely nothing to do with hunters. Absolutely nothing. It's not about hunting at all. It's about keeping a tyrannical government from forming. And if it does form, to overthrow it, kick it out, and start over again. Yeah. And personally, I think the ATF has fallen down and gone the wrong way. What they should have been doing many years ago, as soon as a state passes a law in counter to the Second Amendment, putting limits on it, they should have gone in and arrested every one of the legislatures that voted for it and charged them with treason. And if the governor signed it, they should have arrested the governor for treason as well. That would have stopped it, right? The first state that did that, they'd gone in and just arrested them all, charged them, had the judge sentenced them where they could, as part of the sentences, they would not be able to ever hold public office. That would have stopped it right there. Woo! Yeah, my son-in-law actually picked up a 30-06. Yeah, for deer hunting. Yeah, it's a semi-auto that'll take multiple size magazines on it. But he got it with the 15 and the 5. Yeah. Yeah, this is one of the things. This is another of those ones that just gets me off going off on it. So let me do something here real quick here. And it looks like the numbers are being counted wrong again because I see more than 10 people making comments here right now. And it says there's only 8 people in here. All right, where is it? Let's see if I can do this here. I should be able to do this here. There we go. A boom, bada, beam. There you go. All right. So, all right. I just, YouTube allowed me to give away 5 memberships, and we got WD Glock and Roll got one, Sue Me got one, Shawnee got one, Ada Neer picked that back up again, and Pat Small picked up a free membership. If you're wondering how to get memberships on that one I just put up there on the chat there, I'm not sure how easy it is to do it on a phone or whatever, but you got to go in there and you got to click on it and go through all the little steps so you can accept gifts from my channel. He got I think it was a Ruger. Yeah. So I actually, if I get another rifle, I'm looking at something on. You got some of you are probably going to scream and yell at me here for this, but there's reasoning behind it. It's the Ruger. Crap. I got it written down elsewhere. The Ruger long. It's the one that comes with a 28-inch barrel.
What caliber?
The long target, whatever it is.
308
for the 6.5 Creedmoor.
Oh, geez.
Bolt action. What's interesting about it? It's really fun if you use the subsonic ammunition. A couple of people around here have it already, or they have the shorter ones, but they have the subsonic ammunition. And it says you don't get that secondary crack out there. So if you put a can on it, you don't hear it at all. No, it's not the precision. It's not the precision. It's the, let me see if I can look it up here. Ruger. Long range, is it a long range? Hawkeye long range. Hawkeye long range hunter or the Hawkeye long range target. Oh, shoot. No, that one's only shown with a 22-inch barrel. .5. See if it'll show up here. Ruger Hawkeye long range target. I believe it is. Yeah, LRT, long range target. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see what 6.5 Creedmoor sub sonic ammo. Let me see what I can find here. $2 per round for the jacketed hollow point in subsonic. That's from Midway, USA. That's one of the ones for it, but yeah, I know that it comes to the 26, but there's a thing where it's hard to find, but they actually make a 28-inch one on that one, and I found that information out, and so that's actually one of the ones I'm using in my book because I found it for that. They also make the precision and one of the other ones in the 24 and 26-inch lengths as well. Now, so Ruger has multiple barrel lengths, so you gotta hunt down and find where at the 28 it was hard to find. It took me a while to find it because I was trying to find something longer that would give it full use of the of it. But yeah, because that I'm becoming a firm believer going back to bolt action and revolvers. I've never had good luck with semi-auto pistols, but revolvers, I've always been spot on with them and stuff. And I'm also of the opinion when it comes to pistols, it's you don't spray and pray. You make it one shot, one target. Unless you're using a high velocity round and it's one shot, two targets. But yeah, if this is another reason why everybody needs to get involved with their legislatures and stuff. I'm trying to remember the name of there is one city back east that turned it into a that passed ordinance and stuff, and that the city is a 2A sanctuary city. So
it's got to be in Virginia. It might be in Virginia.
I think it's in Massachusetts, believe it or not. Yeah, they bucked most of the ones, or maybe even been Vermont, but it was in the New England states.
I doubt it's Mass because there are a bunch of Mass holes up there. But
and you get a switch for a revolver. No, I got speed loaders. I got very fast with speed loaders. Actually, guys, gals especially. There's a little channel I've been kind of following, mainly with the shorts on it, called Sassy Tallahassee. This girl is getting faster every year. She shoots single action competition, and it's like she's got two revolvers on. She's got a mid tummy belt that's full of shotgun shells, and then she also has some rifle shells. And she's out there, and they have the buzzer. They go beep, and she's a ding 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 ding, and switch gun ding 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 ding, goes over, picks up the rifle, ding 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 ding, puts it down, go to the shotgun, drops two in, boom boom, ejects, drops two more in, boom boom, drops in two more. 16 seconds on the range was her last. It was the best time I saw. I think it was 16.25. Just right on through all the targets. Let me see if I can put up here. Okay, here we go. The one on the far left here, Sassy Tallahassee. Let's see. I hope I don't. I'm going to throw it up here real quick here. Just this is a slow one. Faster. Malfunction on that gun. Yeah, she's having problems here. This is one of the older ones. Her hair is a little bit shorter. Yeah. But let's check something here. But yeah, there's
I love that video of the young girl doing it with two semis, and then the one runs out. She looks at it, tosses it over her shoulder, and keeps on shooting.
I can barely hear you, Mark. Is your volume turned up on your end?
Yeah, I'm on my iPad.
I mean, if you go in, sometimes you turn it up on the iPad, you get turned up on the thing here. So,
nah, it's probably I don't know where my microphone is.
Yeah. All right, here we go. This is a little bit quicker one of honor. 17.1 seconds. Who needs full auto when you can do that? Or even semi-auto. Everything is single action on her. Oh, let me see if I can find. Shoot. I'm not sure if I can find that. That was a reel off of. I don't know if I saved it elsewhere. Shoot. But yeah, that was a real good one, Mark, about the girl doing that.
I think it's on YouTube.
I think I pulled it off of it may be on YouTube too, but the link was off of Facebook.
Just put in little girl shooting.
Yeah. Okay. My youngest grandson likes it. He likes watching her. And so Danny is 6.5 now. I know I shared that here. I'm trying to find it here on my. There it is. Let me see if I can make this. It'll allow me to make it bigger. Okay, here you go. Probably going to get dinged for this, but what the heck.
It's that closing smile.
Yeah, it's that closing spell. Like, I got it all. Yeah, I'm not sure how old to say that girl is. Yeah, I don't know if you notice that it's she's using two fingers in the trigger. Yeah, but the whole point about this is don't let them outlaw any of your options. Get involved with your city, county, state governments, and then your state representatives to the federal government too. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but that's what her dad taught her to do for combat training. I think that one she tossed was a Glock. So, uh, uh yeah, because I mean there should be no reason they should be limiting what you have for any type of rifle that is semi-automatic. And they're even trying to include some states and areas are trying to include the magazines on bolt action ones, so you can only have 5 rounds or 3 rounds in a bolt action. That's what I find just utterly, you know, asinine. All right, let me see here. All right, we're coming up on near the time of the hour. I think I beat this to death enough. But if you can't guess, my heroes have always been cowboys, revolvers, know how to use them, and I love women that do single action, like my wife, because they show skills, a skill set that more people need to have. So let me go over here and grab this and take a look. See here. All right, where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Okay. All right. So, and come on. There we go. All right. So coming up on Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound, it's canning pie filling. On Tuesday for Gray Man Prepping is what is the hardest part of prepping for you? Midnight Ride, of course, is on Thursday. Friday is new uses of the pesticide chlor, chlormiquat chloride. So yeah, they're trying to expand the uses of that into the everyday use. Next Saturday here is it one requested by Hugo Homestead CD. All right, so you're part of a mag. Now what? You've joined a mutual assistance group. What do you do now? All right, so we're going to be talking about that next Saturday. Other items coming up here over the next month or so: recanning bulk canned foods, making fire, cooked in cast iron, prepper garden, canning potatoes. What's your biggest prepping concern? Flag Day's coming up. Are they coming for your food? What type of canners are best? Are you physically ready? Check-ins for preppers. How broken is the all-knowing AI, which was recommended? Homemade leavening flatbread. We're going to talk about making bread. Rabbits for preppers. Food devaluation. And so those are just some of the ones coming up here. If you have a suggestion for a topic here for either channel, please, email me your suggestions. I've been using a lot of them here. Camp Patton Family Compound. There's the email there. So yes, there's 2 P's in Camp Patton. 2 P's, 2 T's, Family Compound. And let's see here. And let's see what else we got here. So I'll leave that up there for a minute. But yeah, so those are just some of the topics coming up here. And I try to address topics that you want to hear about. So yeah, recommend stuff. All right. Any other questions, people? Any other thought-provoking comments? And I froze. Yeah. Oh,
It's belt fed, right?
no, it's not belt fed. It's hose fed.
Wait, is that technically an air rifle?
No, it's a weed burner. Just ask Courtney.
Yeah.
Actually, I know someone who actually has picked up a stainless steel tank, pressure gauges, all the pieces from different places and stuff. It is not all stored in one spot, as far as I know. Oh, you had a question earlier. I missed it. Okay, checked off. Let me go back and look at checked off. There we go. Yeah, utterly stupid. Utterly stupid. Because I have seen some poor hunters, I should say, not bad hunters, poor hunters who wound and then they spend the next 3 shots because they're only allowed to have 3 shots and for hunting rifles, and they use up the 3 shots trying to bring the poor deer down, and the thing crawls away wounded, and they got to try tracking it down.
Good luck with 3 shots when that bear is coming at you after you pissed it off at the first one.
Oh yeah, the one ranger up in Alaska came across a Kodiak. This is the largest Kodiak stuffed, and it's in the Anchorage airport now. And it charged him, and he had a 7mm Mauser. He emptied it into it, dropped another mag in it, emptied it again before it dropped the bear, and he hit it every single time. And when they did the necropsy on it, which is an autopsy for animals, they found 6 .38 caliber revolver shots in it as well. And they backtracked it. They found the guy that fired those 6 shots in it and what was left of his body.
That was one angry bear.
Yeah, well, he was angry after the guy put 5 little 38 shells into him and only went in a couple inches.
Mm.
Yeah, you don't go hunting bear with a 38 on you. No, you want something like a 44, a 45, not auto, a 45 long, a 454, or a 50 cal.
Yeah, Desert Eagle. I'll take him down with about 8 shots.
Actually, you want the revolver, because the Desert Eagle loses feet per second because of the action on it over a revolver. Yeah, and actually, I can't share the video. I have photos of the bear being taken down with the guy with it. The guy's fist can go up the bear's nostrils. Little room to spare. There, you can see his hand. He's making a fist there, and he got the thing, and the nostrils are bigger than his fist. And then I got the pictures of the hunter from the day before, as well.
Or what's
and left? I got those when I was working at Homeland Security. So bears are not easy to bring down. Moose are not easy to bring down. Democrats are not easy to bring down. Oh, did I? Vote-wise, they're not easy to bring down.
I was waiting for that one.
Or I should say demon rats. Yeah. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. And, please get involved with your local, county, state governments. Let your voice be heard. Organize people to do emailings or phone calls to your state legislatures and your state representatives for the federal government. Yeah, I was waiting for that. I knew that one was coming. All right, guys. See y'all later. And hopefully I'll see you over Monday on Camp Patton for canning pie filling. See you around.
See ya.